celebration in December 2022. After more than a decade under a restrictive media law, a vote for change in the Pacific island of Fiji. Newly elected Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka.
I'd like to thank the people of Fiji, congratulate them.
The Rabuka government repealed a law which allowed the fining and jailing of journalists for stories considered against the national interest.
The Prime Minister and the ministers are more or less, not have any issues with answering questions.
Regional journalists rated Fiji's press freedoms in the top 5 of 14 nations surveyed for the first Pacific Islands Media Freedom Index.
This is just the first step for better media for all Pacific people.
The island nation of Palau took the top spot in the index. Leilani Raklai is vice president of the Pacific Islands News Association and publisher of the Island Times.
The journalists are protected specifically under the Constitution. And we also have laws that are in place to support the media.
But those protections are being tested. Raklai is named in a defamation lawsuit brought by a company owned by the father of Palau's president for what the company says are false and unsubstantiated allegations about tax payments. Raklai believes the lawsuit is sending a message beyond the Island Times.
It serves to, have the journalists think twice before they print anything or, they express what they feel is the story that's going on.
Defamation lawsuits are also prevalent in the Pacific island of Tonga. Malino Maka, a commentator at the Tonga Independent, knows of many journalists entangled in them. Maka says these lawsuits exploit another vulnerability of the media here, a lack of funding. He says outlets sometimes resort to asking the Tongan or even the Chinese government for financial help, risking their editorial independence.
Chinese press is always there, behind the scene. But I can understand some of those who are actually relying on government and for their work. They almost like walking in a minefield.
Back in Fiji, Singh says his team has managed to avoid taking Chinese help, and they've recently decided to hire a general counsel to make sure their reporting is on solid legal ground. Singh says the challenge now is ending the media's tendency to self-censor after almost 20 years of little to no accountability reporting in Fiji.
Of course, as I see it, most of these young ones are still adapting to this newfound freedom.
A freedom that is the envy of journalists across the region. Jessica Stone, VOA News.